Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here with Jason Blaha Strength and Fitness, and once again it's time for a full body workout. But a quick reminder, if you guys will please click like and drop a comment down below, I'd appreciate it. So we started off with the big three. I've just been doing, as you guys know, one top set of squats. I feel like for me that's enough right now. I've been tempted sometimes to add a little more in. I might very well do so. But I'm also trying to keep kind of recovery on point because I'm in probably a little bit of a small calorie deficit. I'm just trying to track my food a little tighter at the moment. So in that case, I don't want to overtrain. I do want to lean out a little bit while continuing to gain strength. And of course, I do sled work and other stuff on the off days. So I do feel like 3 really hard sets of high bar squats a week is enough right now. Also, considering I do deadlift, considering I jump, considering I do sled sprints. 5 reps is right about when I high bar squat, we're pretty much at failure. Like I can't get another rep. I know people are looking at it going, I don't know, you might have a little, till they've watched me miss squats. So that 5th rep for me is pretty much how my squats move in competition, right? That is a 1 rep max, like how I move when I've set state records, stuff like that. That's about the bar speed we see. Previously. So that is a kind of a 0 rep in reserve. If I did one more, it would be super, super grindy. All right, so for benching, instead of 315 and trying to continue to get more reps, I went with 325 today and I got 3 reps. This was a 3 rep max. So again, if you watch the 3rd rep, notice the grind sticks right there, sticking right there, struggling with that lockout. So again, triceps are limiting my benching, and it's the same thing. It's kind of the same thing when you guys see my 225 AMREPs. I've been working on that. That's like a goal. And I've up to 19. Finally, I've hit 19 2 different times. I remember when I started with 15, I've been working it up. But when I go to get that last rep each time, I struggle with the last few inches of the lockout. So in this case, I know that my bench rep work will go up if I just work on my triceps a little. Even though, again, I bench super wide. For those who are unaware, you can't always tell because my arm lengths have a really long ape index. I'm benching all the way index finger on the rinks. So my pointer finger is on the rinks. We're at the limits of meat legal. Notice my hands are almost at the J hooks. So again, even though I bench really wide, I can tell the triceps are a limit. And keep in mind, I used to close grip a lot. And so I kind of am good at judging that. It's like, okay, my triceps need the hair of extra work. The benching works my triceps super hard, even with wide grip. But there, I went ahead, instead of a 225 today, I did 275 for back off work. Did 0 rep in reserve. That was hard. 8 reps was actually pretty difficult today. I don't think I had a 9th rep based on the bar speed. All right, deadlifting went good. So those sets, I'm actually really happy with all that. Let me be clear. I'm actually happy with all those sets. They were limit sets. All right, on the deadlift, I'm noticing my grip. I'm struggling with grip a little bit. I'm not quite sure what to do with it. I think it's a fatigue thing because my grip is way stronger than this. That 3rd rep, I felt like my grip was giving out just a little bit. And it almost feels like that left hand. Right, that left hand. So I may need to do some stuff to address it. I feel like maybe some dead hangs. I feel like I'm doing more of the toe to bars will help on the off days. And at this point, we can't even say, oh, you're doing weighted carries as I cut them out. But there's definitely a fatigue issue with my grip, and I've had it for over a week now. Right, I had problems with grip last week. Kind of just noticed that. So again, I may need to do something to address it. I almost feel like it's more of a fatigue thing than a grip, because I was doing heavier grip stuff just a few weeks ago. So we would still see any muscle growth related to that would still be there. So I almost am concerned it's a sign of fatigue at this point for me. But I might need to address some grip stuff coming up here in the near future, if that continues to be the case, because you guys have seen me do 5 and 6 rep sets just a few weeks back with that same weight. Held on just fine, but that weight wasn't heavy, and we need to be clear. Like based on the bar speeds, posterior chain, no, I had more than 3 reps easily. So that's what's happening. On the chins, I'm doing chins as a primary accessory. They're really important to me right now. So I'm trying to take them all the way to the limit. So those are failure sets, and then I did a rest pause because I knew I didn't have another rep. I did a several second break and then did 1 more rep there. All right, I haven't done any of these tricep extensions in weeks. I hit a PR. All right, 16 was my previous. I got 17 reps with this weight. So again, that's a 45 on each side of the bar. I got 17 reps. So this also tells me what's going on with the benching. The benching is making my triceps stronger. All that benching volume or the rep work is making my triceps stronger. My triceps are the limit on the bench right now. The only thing I've really been doing is the benching, other than the band press downs, which I've skipped, and yet my triceps just PR'd. I haven't done any of these extensions in 2-3 weeks at least. And then I hit a PR today. So we know the benching is helping here, but I feel like I need that extra. So it's kind of like the benching is working my triceps hard, and it's also a limit. So I'm going to work my triceps a little bit. All right, work my triceps a little. So lateral raises, I went back to the plates today. And looking at it, I really want to be stricter. And I know I went over to the dumbbells because I didn't have an intermediate plate. I've been getting 20 plus reps with the plate. So I'm like, what happens if I just do them as strict as humanly possible? Right? I only got 12. So I'm like, okay, let's go back to the 25-pound plates and let's just do them with zero body movement. Try to hold my torso as stationary as I possibly can. All right, notice my head almost doesn't really move. So my spine is not moving. We're just exclusively focusing on doing a lateral. Okay, that helped. Now we're not getting over 20 reps. I got 12s and I failed. So the second set here, you'll notice I fail mid-set. I got 12. I try to get a 13th and my arm's barely moving. It just fails. I simply cannot lift. That's a good spot to be in. It's like, okay, we're happy with this. Okay, because now I'm back to a more acceptable rep range. So if I just do these really, really strict, I think I'm going to be okay with the plates. And guess what? They burned like hell. So by the end of this second set, especially a failure set, my delts, especially my side delts, were burning pretty bad. So again, a couple sets to failure. For you who are like, your volumes are kind of low, keep in mind I train all this stuff 3 days a week, right? Volumes are still low, of course. I respond really well to lower volumes, but I do conditioning on the other 3 days. So we don't push a sled, we jump, we throw. So we do conditioning on top of all this. So it matters. I PR'd these. I managed to get 18 last time. So just doing this one set of neck extensions, I got 20 reps with the 55-pound plate. I feel like my neck strength is in a really good place here. But overall, other than the grip on the deadlift, I'm really happy with the workout. So I hope it's been informative, and I'll talk to you guys and gals next time.